Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott MacKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
Welcome, industrial professionals. Thank you very much for joining Industrial Talk, and thank you as well for your continued support of just this platform that celebrates you, industry professionals all around the world. This is a great time to be in industry, and you are in it, and you are solving problems, you are collaborating, you are innovating, you're doing everything to make the world a better place. That's why we celebrate you on this platform. All right, in the hot seat, he's been on Industrial Talk before, Bill Green, Fluke Reliability. We're talking about their upcoming event called Xcelerate. That's with an X. And it is a premier. It's a premier reliability, asset management, maintenance event. And I think it's in Austin, Texas. So it's all there, and it's just right around the corner. But you need to, let's put it this way. If you're in the world of asset management, reliability, and maintenance, this is a great opportunity for you to collaborate, you to network, you to get answers to maybe some of your questions. It's just right around the corner. All the contact or all the information is out on Industrial Talk. Let's get cracking with the conversation. Yeah. I've been very fortunate and honored to be able to broadcast from this event and to interview all of the individuals that are and users of their technology, their solutions. And you'll hear it in the interview. I'm always amazed by how there's this energy that exists at these events of just excitement, of the technology, the innovation to help you manage your operation in a more efficient way. It's really a lot of fun, and they do a great job, and they set it up. And the best part about it is just the ability to be able to ask questions of these leaders in asset management, reliability, and maintenance, maybe some challenges that you might have. And there's this collegial spirit that exists, and they do. There's this desire to be able to just help you succeed. And we talked through it. Bill does a fantastic job. He's very approachable. And again, everything will be out on Industrial Talk. So, at a minimum, you reach out and you be able to have this conversation with him. Just put him, be a part of the network. It's time. It's time. And for me, I've been in industry for a long time. And for many years, we definitely approached operations from a reliability and asset management perspective, but it just seems that it's even more important than ever before, getting more out of those assets, being more efficient to achieve the bottom line value that you're looking for. It's all there. It's a must. All right. On a side note, I say it all the time, and I'm just going to continue to harp on it, that Industrial Talk is here for you. You have a podcast, you need to put it on Industrial Talk. You have technology, you have some sort of innovation that helps the industry. You need to have a conversation. You need to put it on Industrial Talk. And it's all here for you. If you just say, nah, I don't have a podcast, I just have a story to tell. Well, have a conversation. It's so easy to contact me. Just go out to industrialtalk.com and just reach out and say, Scott, I'm interested in getting on your podcast and be able to talk about this topic. And it's so important that we just keep on helping industry succeed, to provide the insights that are necessary for that to happen. I always say there are three components that I think industry needs to focus on. Of course, there's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a gazillion points, but I try to distill it down to three. One, you need to collaborate. You just do. You need to find those trusted individuals to be able to collaborate. 2, you need to educate. The way things are happening today in industry, it's just fast. It's just, and if you're not keeping current with that information, with that education, you're going to find yourself sort of behind. And then because of the education and the collaboration, there's that innovation component. How do I do more with less? How do I become more efficient? How do I impact the bottom line of my business? How do I maintain a competitive advantage in the marketplace? Innovate and be able to think, I hate to say it, we say it all the time, outside the box, and do it in such a way. It's all there. Again, educate, collaborate, and innovate. They're all there. You need to do that. And that Industrial Talk is definitely here for you. All right, on to the conversation. Bill Green is the individual. If you haven't heard him in the past, go out to Industrial Talk, type in Bill Green. You'll find his prior interviews. But this one's specific around Xcelerate, and it is. It's a fabulous event. I am absolutely honored to be able to broadcast and interview these professionals from the individuals that are on the front line all the way to the trailblazers that are in the industry. Anyway, here is Bill. Hi, Bill. Welcome to Industrial Talk. How you doing?
Hey, Scott. How's it going? Doing pretty well.
Yeah, well, it's always good to have you on the old chat, because you're an old pro. You're a salty dog.
It's getting to be more salty than I maybe like. Just starting to bleed through a little bit more and more here in the. This is all gone, but
yeah. Hey, there's a great tool out there that's I shave my head, but it's an electric razor and it's good. It's a good tool.
Dark. I get I have to. Yeah, I need ease. Easy to use.
I'm telling you, you're missing out. Missing out on technology. All right, before we get into the conversation about Xcelerate 2025, which I'm pretty doggone jazzed about, just for everybody that's out there, level set, give us a little background on what you do for Fluke Reliability.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm the vice president of customer success here at Fluke Reliability. I've been with the business for roughly about 15 years now.
Really?
Fluke was acquired eMate almost 8 years ago now.
You're an eMate guy.
Yes, it goes back. So the legacy in the maintenance and reliability world goes back. I never thought that, hey, I'm gonna be in the maintenance world when I grow up, in the reliability world when I grow up. But here I am, loving every day of it, and especially when it comes to these events, right? Because again, I get to the joy of my job is that I get to talk to customers every day, right? And see what problems that they either want to solve with our technology or just problems they want, and just how can we help?
See, what's interesting, every time I go to an Xcelerate event, and really anything in the Forta family, it amazes me, the customer engagement, the chatting, the desire to come up and find solutions to challenges, and then leveraging the technology in a way that achieves success. And I've just never experienced. Every time I go to those events, I'm just always dazzled by everybody's like, getting around and doing what they need to do. But one thing that you probably have seen, 15 years in the reliability space is an eternity.
Absolutely.
Changes have happened. And being a part of that eMate, I mean, come on. I mean, you're what's the latest version of eMate? eMate
X5.
X5. Mm-hmm. I knew it was a 5, but I couldn't remember. I didn't want to say version 5. That's not.
Might send the wrong message there, Scott.
That's not kosher. No, not at all. Explain to us a little bit why the Xcelerate event is important for Fluke Reliability.
Yeah, I mean, we started Xcelerate. I was thinking back towards, as we have new people always coming in the door, right? We continue to grow, we continue to expand, and we bring new people in, and working with some new people on our marketing team, talking through about the event and some of the history there. And I was kind of going back. I was like really thinking back. Okay, where did this originate? Like, where did this start? And I remember we had done some earlier user conferences, like back in like 2007, 2008. But I remember 2009, 2010 timeframe, right when I started, we kind of rejuvenated this concept that we wanted to bring back. Now, we didn't call it Xcelerate this time. It wasn't until I think a year later when we kind of branded that space and we really went down that path hard. But we basically partnered. We worked with one of our customers. We teed up. This is a customer in Georgia. We had about 20, 30 customers come down to their location and really just spent the day. It was a one-day event, just talking about like different best practices, different ways to take advantage of the software, how they're using it. Really just start this networking. This started as this, hey, how do we connect our different customers? How do we talk through? How do we better how do we get more awareness around what some of the really awesome things this customer is doing for some of our other large customers? And that's just that ball just started rolling, right? And then it became a more branded event, in Xcelerate, and it hasn't stopped, right? It continued to grow. Like, we started Xcelerate in the space under the eMate umbrella for a way to bring our customers together to do just that, right? Bring our customers together into a space. One, there's not a better, I think where it started at was like training for our customers, best practice sharing, networking, and then just trying to bring in some added value outside of what we do, right? We're not, we are a technology partner in that space where you certainly help in consulting, having those conversations there, but certainly we're a technology partner in that space, and there's multiple levels to the reliability rungs in the wheel.
This fascinates me because there's been so much change happening within the reliability space, and what intrigues me with Fluke Reliability, along with Fluke, the company, is how you can take the technology, the solutions that Fluke Reliability provides, and marry it up with those tools that are being provided by you got Proof Technique. I think that's how you say it, right?
Yeah, it depends on what part of the globe you're in.
Yeah, and be able to sort of not just bring those tools together, but put it into also that technology stack that you guys have too as well.
People do. I'm consistently surprised at the innovation, and I mean, I've yet to meet a more innovative group than maintenance and reliability professionals out on the floor, right? Yeah. Like, they are. I'm always amazed, and you try to take some of that culture, right? They see problems every day, right? And they have to solve those problems. Some of that's just simple enhancements. Some of that is like a bigger problems you're going to go solve. But like the ingenuity and the innovation that these guys bring to the table is always amazing. Like, and some of that's we get visibility to at the very beginning. Like, we get brought in, like, hey, how can you help us? We're at the start of this piece. We want to do all these different things. Big picture. How can you help us there? Some of it's like, hey, we've been doing this for like 2 years now, going to these things, like, and I'm like just kind of amazed at what they're able to do just with what they have at their fingertips in that space. But that's what we're trying to, like, where the Xcelerate comes into place is really obviously highlighting those big successes, right? Highlighting what these guys have done. And certainly we've helped, but it's not us. This is our customers that are doing this with us, just helping, supporting in that space and guiding them along the way.
Yeah, see, what you bring up a good point is the camaraderie that exists. And by the way, just FYI, listener, Xcelerate is with an X. Don't spell it Xcelerate. You spell it Xcelerate with an X. And note that. But it'll all be out on Industrial Talk, so don't worry about it. You'll be able to find the information that you need. However, when you go to these events, that to me is like that nugget, that gold bar that exists, because I might be a company that says, hey, I used your tool. I use this tool in a way that solved this particular problem. And now I'm sharing it with other individuals that could say, yeah, that's a great idea. Or how about this? And be able to have that energy that exists. That to me is always a very just a absolute plus when you go to Xcelerate?
Scott, I can't tell you. I've been like, I've tried to bottle it, right? Like, we've taken pieces of it. And every year I kind of come to the team, my team, and, we set our goals, we set what we want to do, where we want to make improvements. And consistently, one of the things that is always at the top is like, how do we take that energy, that atmosphere that is at the event, and figure out how to do it more than just once a year, right? Figure out how to take this into our regular day-to-day conversations. How do we do this when we're in front of customers at their facility? How do we do that? And we've done small things in that piece, but like I'd be a lot richer man if I could bottle the energy and the atmosphere at this event and sell it to anybody that wants it, because it's really infectious.
I do, and I can't underestimate the energy that exists at this particular event. Let me ask you this question: you have eMate, you have X5, it's the latest and greatest. How does Fluke Reliability take this energy that exists at these events and prioritize some of these solutions? Like if I'm a customer and I come to you, Bill, and I'm going to say, I wish we have this challenge. We would like to see this type of solution. How do you get that into that process of saying, I prioritize it, and that would be a great feature?
Yeah. So there's a couple different ways to look at this, right? So from a pure eMate perspective, right? Those users that are, hey, like you said, I have this problem where I really, if you guys could do X, Y, and Z for me, we'd be able to take this to the moon, right? We'd be able to rocket ship this up, and the productivity would go up, et cetera, et cetera. I would say about 80 to 90% of the time, the problem that they're looking to solve, we can solve it, right? The system is very configurable in that sense. And so it's really about, hey, it starts there, Scott, right? So a lot of times people will come to us, not necessarily with, this is the problem that I want. It's, hey, can your system do X, Y, and Z? And when you and so sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no, specifically as you called out. That's not the way it works. That's not how that system works. But usually when you go under the covers a little bit, right? You peel back some layers of the onion, so to speak, and what they're actually trying to solve, 90% of the time we can solve that problem. That's actually the best part of the job, is where you can kind of be along for that journey and seeing that there. There's a great video, I think, on the website about Mauser packaging. They did just that, right, with some of their fleet assets that they were trying to solve for in that space. Wow. But yeah, so I think in that area, so we definitely have that path, and that's where our solution engineers and our implementation team really get into the weeds and focus on the problem, right? Focus on what they're trying to solve, so we can help build that, because we usually can in that space. Now, in those situations where we can't, it's very specific or it's very neat in that space. At Xcelerate, and even outside of Xcelerate, our product we work hand in hand with our product management team and our development teams, right? So this is not this is not something I have to, we put in all of our requests and they do whatever magic they do behind the curtains, and hopefully what comes out is a product that our customers enjoy and take advantage of. But earlier this week, I was up in Chicago visiting a customer, and that wasn't just, it wasn't me, it was the team, right? So we had our customer success team, we had our product management team, everybody's kind of in the room talking about just that, right? That, hey, we know that X5 is going to be the next journey. How do we make that migration? We've been customers with you guys for 15 years now. We want to continue to evolve and continue to take advantage of this situation and the partnership that's here. And so what does this look like? And that was with our product management team, because there was a couple of those things that we knew that we could do, and there's a couple of things that they needed that were on our roadmap as we continue to go out. And how do we get better collaboration and better visibility into that? So that was kind of a hand in hand. It is very much a handshake with our product team, and we're marching in the same direction there.
What do you see that's outside of I think last year that because it was being a little bit more chirpy about X5, and then there was the Azima acquisition and what that meant to users of the solution. Is there anything that's new on the horizon that gets you excited, or are these solutions that were sort of rolled out last year just maturing and becoming more valuable as well? Sure, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think the Yeah. So number one, absolutely. Like the last year at the Xcelerate, we had just acquired Azima. So we kind of had these siloed solutions that were still there. And what does this mean? I think as we come out, we've got some new platforms that are taking some of this data in and integrating the whole systems together. So kind of seeing, it's always cool to see technology, right? New technology. Spend 20% of a week kind of looking at what else is out there technology wise, what else our customers are using, how else are they benefiting from those situations, especially in the industrial world. And there's amazing solutions out there, right? And I think always the challenge that people run into when they kind of push comes to shove is, okay, well, like, how does this work with X? How does this work with Y? What does this mean for, I mean, we do it internally here. Also, your technology that might help the team out in their productivity, but I know that if it doesn't have a certain amount of connectors, or if it's not talking to different systems, then it's just going to actually become more work, right? It's just going to be another layer on top of what else is happening. And so working with customers over the past year, we've really seen, like, hey, what does this look like as, a connected solution? As I'm coming through, it's not like I'm taking data here and moving it here and insights here and doing them here. It's like, it's really like you feel like you're using more system. This is going to be on display at Xcelerate to kind of see that. And then with everything else, I think we've taken, the other thing that we've kind of spent a lot of time looking at, and it'll kind of be talked through is where does AI fit in all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
With so much data that's coming through, not just, I mean, naturally you probably hear it a lot, Scott, with vibration data and the sensors that are out there, because we leverage those different those tools on that end, but it's also coming down to the CMS platform, and certainly there's the what's AI and what's a nice report that can tell you this information that's showing that there. But we've really been trying to dig into that level and where we can do more and not just do more with what's there, but make the user experience a lot better while they're using it, right? I think the concept of AI and the utilization of it's obviously a big word, and we're really trying to take it down to not just put it out there of like, hey, this is using that, but like, really, how does this benefit our users? Like, what is the experience and the gains they'll get?
Yeah, you can't put speed bumps in the process. I mean, it has to, what I have noticed is that there's a user friendliness that exists within your suite of solutions, and that's key, because just like anything else, my background goes back many years in the industry, and I can't explain to you how many times there are businesses that have these island systems because they don't talk to each other, and I think that's what fascinates me about the Xcelerate event, is that you're truly driving for that real comprehensive, seamless solution that provides solutions that provide real, meaningful, and tactical insights.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think that's even the step we realized, and I think I've came to this realization probably before the Azima piece, right? Because I think even, Fluke's played with, we've been this partnership with Fluke for a long time now, right? And not partnership, right? Part of the Fluke company, no organization. We are Fluke in that space, and we've had a lot of, we've had integrations with our different tools for a long time now, right? With thermal imaging tools and multimeter tools and those different areas there. And I've always intrigued me, like, which are the ones that are like hitting home, right? Which are the ones that our customers are really excited about, really taking advantage of, and which ones are, it's nice to have, data's flowing through, but what is it telling me? And I think the big piece of that is just that, right? I think the ones that are using it is like, okay, we're integrated, it's a solution, but the ones that are actually taking advantage of it are the ones that are getting those insights. They're actually using it as part of not just the data and the technology that's there, but they're integrating into their processes. It's not just being able to see an image of what that asset looks like in a thermal imaging space, but making sure that's part of the rounds and the inspection piece that's going through, and there's processes if there's outliers in that space and what they're doing with that information as well. So like, you see that piece, and we've kind of taken that methodology and mentality when we're looking at the whole connected system. So it's not just saying, hey, yeah, the data is everywhere, but it's meaningful data in the right spots with actions behind it.
What fascinated me about last year in the conversation around Azima was this data lake, this vibration data lake, where you've got years and years and years of vibration data, and it's associated with assets, and then be able to, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're pretty much agnostic when it comes to the vibration data. That's what makes the Azima pretty powerful. I can have a device. The device could be whatever device, pulling vibration data, hit it against that data lake, and then from a AI perspective, be able to have some, insights into the health of that asset.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm continuously surprised. Number one, over the past year, I've obviously interacted and worked alongside with these individuals that have 20, 30, 40 years of experience just with vibration data, right? And
it's insane.
It really is.
Really, you're that passionate about that?
It hurts the ego a little bit, because I get a little bit of like, oh yeah, I know what's going on here. Like, I think I understand this, and then
it's
like,
oh no,
I have no idea what I'm talking about, right?
Stay in your lane. Yeah. I agree.
It really is. I think we're just scratching the surface of what can be done.
Yeah.
Azima, what they've been able to do for their customers. I mean, that's what made the business so it really made the business attractive to us, right? Because you look at it, not just the history and the longevity of what they've done, but the evolution that they've taken, along with the level that they provided to their customers. I've got to meet a number of their customers over the past years as well, and a number of them are going to be at the event, right?
Yeah.
We talk a lot about eMaint, but in reality, this is a Fluke Reliability event. We've got customers that are using our Azima our tools and solutions, our Proof Technic tools and solutions, our eMaint tools and solutions. People that aren't using any solutions yet, right, but are there because they know their value, right? Yeah. So like we've really, in this year particularly, we've kind of gone on and made it pointed like this is a conference for Fluke Reliability. A lot of great content there, and I really kind of articulated the message that we know that customers are at different points in their stage in this, reliability journey. That's that space, and they're getting value here with this, or they're getting value here with this, but they are kind of, if I zoom out, what does this all mean? What does this look like? And we've really tried to take a good approach of how to talk to those different customers. And you saw it, Scott. You'll see it in a couple weeks here at the lab. We have this that's one of the coolest things at the event, is like basically our entire suite, Fluke Reliability, all the products that are there, our partnerships as well, all kind of tied in, integrated together. And you kind of can see this ecosystem that walks through there, which is one of my favorite things of the event.
It really is, man. If you like devices and solutions and technology, it is an event to geek out on, because it's all there, man. It's like, really, do that? Oh no. Yeah, it's all there, and I love the fact that you can do that. One last question, and is it still? I mean, if I was see again, there are various states of my reliability journey, and let's say I'm at a beginning, and I've been surfing the internet, and I'm finding, hey, this is important stuff, and I want to begin finding out more. Is Xcelerate sort of geared toward that individual where, hey, I'm trying to figure it out?
Yeah, you'll see we have a total of 5 tracks, and you'll see like they're not necessarily product specific tracks in that space. An innovation track, a future track, tailored monitoring and alignment track on that space, insights from the maintenance world and the excellence, and then just kind of where things are scaling to, right? So some of them are product specific, sure, but we know that like you go to this event and you'll see C-level executives there, kind of having those conversations, those customers that their teams are bringing them along to see what I keep hearing about this eMaint thing in these meetings where, it's doing X, Y, and Z, or hey, like Azima saved us, $100,000 last year on this asset piece. Like, what does this even mean? Like, bring those people along. But then we'll also have technicians there that are in the weeds doing the day-to-day, right? So we do have the full gambit of personas that are at the event, and we tailored the agenda so that no matter who you are, whether it's early stage, late stage, C-level,
good,
executive, you kind of find a track through of what's there.
Well, you were absolutely, you never disappoint. You were fantastic. And I know that you're out on LinkedIn. So you're easily connected. And
available.
Yeah, always available. And honestly, you are, you and your team are absolutely wonderful at maintaining connections. If I wanted to go to Xcelerate, do I just go to it's just Xcelerate 2025, right?
Yeah, you can Google it. It's right on.
Type that in, and it's there.
Yep, any of the product pages we have, reliability.fluke.com/Xcelerate will take you right there. But it's all there. It's very easy to find, and we're really excited about seeing you, Scott, in a couple weeks as well.
Yes, I'm all tickled pink. I'm giddy. All right, listeners, we're going to wrap it up on the other side. We're going to have all the contact information for Bill, as well as the necessary links for Xcelerate. If you are in the world of reliability or thinking about getting in the world of reliability, this event is tailored more for you. And you'll be able to ask the questions that you need. You get to even find those end users, which are really important for your determination on what you need to do as a reliability professionals. All right, there was my soapbox. Get connected. All right, we're going to wrap it up on this side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
Bill Green. Fluke Reliability, the company, the event, a must-attend event. It is spectacular. Xcelerate 2025, that is spelled with an X, but fear not. You'll have all the links out on Industrial Talk. Just look for Bill Green, boom. Find the links to the event, boom. And then figure out on your calendar how to connect and how to get there and how to have those conversations and how to network. And I got to tell you, it's a great event. They do a great job. And the technology is everywhere. You're slipping at it. It's technology, the innovation, it's fantastic. All right. Join Industrial Talk. Put it out on Industrial Talk. Your voice needs to be heard. You need amplification because we need to succeed. You need to succeed. All right, be bold, be brave, dare greatly, attend Xcelerate, and you will definitely change the world. And hang out with Bill? Yeah. We're going to have another great conversation shortly, so stay tuned.